wanted to preview what the next couple of chapters and the next twist and turn in the great story of life is going to be. Listen, Hollywood didn't come up with this whole trailer business and teasing you to tune back in. Scripture's full of that, and right here is a great example of it, isn't it? The writer is literally saying, hey, isn't that something? Huh? Isn't that something? Stephen crosses the finish line with his hands held high. Jesus welcomes him in. Hallelujah! You can endure persecution and difficulty. And the crowd goes wild. And the writer looks at you and I, the reader, and he says, you think that's something? You think that's something? You think that's the best we got? Stay tuned, because Saul is coming next. Because the beauty is that Saul is from the same group of folks that been throwing the stones. Because there's going to be somebody that's going to stand back and going to say, yeah, Stephen, I know, but he was a church boy. Loved God since the time he was little. I know he just loved people and had the greatest personality. And it's as though the writer is saying it doesn't matter how good you were, you need God. But hey, wait a minute. It doesn't matter if you're killing people and dragging them out and you're doing it, believing you're doing the work of God. God will still get hold of you too. Sure. Amen. So the message is really about stay tuned, because whosoever will can come. I ain't painting a little bitty tiny door that says if you can come through that door, you're in. I know the way's straight. I know it's a narrow way. I know that there's many that are just playing around with God that aren't going to make it. Listen, that's the truth. But I can tell you right now, through Jesus, the banner is wide. Stand, that banner, that archway that you've got, that starting of the race, that right there is just a tiny little representation of what God's got going on. He's got a cheering section. He's got the whole top of the path is covered, and he's just saying, come on, come on, come on, come on. Because it don't matter if you're ruthless, whosoever will. It don't matter if you're a sweet little child, whoever.
Duran?
Yes, sir.
One thing that's not, the writer didn't mention there that I think is important not to miss is that he's looking in the face of God. He's got heaven open, and he didn't say, save me. He said, whatever it is your will, I'm here. I'm your tool. So this church has been told over and over and over from that pulpit, we need to say yes. Whatever that plan is that God had for Stephen, he said yes. We need to say the same.
Amen. I love it. Amen. Amen. That's the answer to question number 9 right there. Anybody else? Anything else?
Stephen's life was for Saul to watch.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The whole thing was God put him in a theater to watch that. He didn't know why he was watching that.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out later.
Absolutely. A preview of things to come is online. Wow.
What's the answer is the story of obedience. Because he's talking about our people was told that and they refused to do. They're going to preach to the Lord and they did a religious leader. He said, your refusal, like your free will, to get in your way, you have to obey. You know, Stephen had the gifts, but does he obey? He finished strong because he obeyed.
Amen. Absolutely. 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 Wow. Anybody else?
Father's cool.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The word victory comes from half about around the head, the word victory in all things.
Victory. Victory in all of this. Victory.
Both where you could be found victory.
Yeah. Victory. Obedience. Victory. Seeing the example that he is going to have to follow, as Scott said a moment ago, when he's in a position to be able to say, get me out of this mess. He simply says, Lord, just bring on whatever you want. I'm not there. I'm not there. I hope you don't fire me this week, but I'm not there. I'm not tendering my resignation, and I hope I don't get a letter from you saying, by the way, you're done after last Sunday. But here the reality is this. I'm not there, but I want to be, don't you?
It proved him right too, because whenever he was saying that Jewish people have a tendency to, rebuke or run away from the people that God sent to you, they
Yeah.
did exactly that. They were covering their ears as if saying, no, you're wrong, but then they did exactly what he said that they did.
Absolutely they did. Absolutely they did. Amen. That's exactly right. They were doing the very thing that they took offense to. Man.
That's good.
Man, this should have been pay-per-view again this morning. Wow. That was incredible. Guys, listen, there's a reason that these nuggets from every part of the room, it didn't come from here. There's a reason that every one of these nuggets was placed somewhere in some heart, mind, thought, somewhere in this place today. When we get together, as I said earlier, because God's been thinking about us getting together, He's strategic and intentional. If He's working over thousands of years, then certainly He can orchestrate the first 4 hours of our day to make sure we end up right where we need to be so He can drop the nugget in some. Kind of like the guy that all of us grew up in church with. There was brother whoever that kept his pockets full of candy. And he'd walk up to you and he'd just, and you knew it, so you was coming up to him, but you walk up to him and he'd just say, he'd wink at you and hand you a piece of peppermint or a piece of butterscotch and say, anything else? You hang it somewhere, did you let it stick? Is it somewhere up in there that you can't let go? Is it like a couple bird after walking through the field, it's stuck to you, breaks his leg, and you can't get it off? Listen, I'm telling you, the enemy of our soul, he is a master at letting us be chameleons. And we get caught up in that whole thing that there are these words that are given in these moments of time where God arrests our heart, and then we leave and we forget about it by the time we make it to Bojangles. He's wanting deep transformation. He wants something you can't get away from. He wants something that gets hold of you and you can't shake it. You find yourself waking up. You find yourself thinking about it more than you've ever thought about anything before. And let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Hallelujah. Let it be.
Hallelujah.
Pastor Ron,
Yes, sir.
before you close, may I give a praise report,
Absolutely.
if I may?
Absolutely.
How many times I have told the Lord, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. Only to turn around after it's done. Only to turn around and run away. I don't take promises today to the Lord very lightly. And I make very few of them on purpose. Because His promises are true.
Yes.
Amen.
And He never, ever lies to us. This time going into surgery, I said, Lord, I wanted to see you beyond me. I want to shine your light. Elvira was with me in the prep room. The nurse asked me, what is your number one priority? And I said, I have to pray before you put me under. And she said, Dr. Chaw he goes and prays in chapel before every surgery. And I said, really? I said, I'm going to pray with him before we go into surgery. He came in the prep room, and I said, Dr. Chaw, would you pray with me? And he took my hand. They prayed. I got to pray before they put me under. And I made a point on purpose of sharing God with every nurse that came into my room. On purpose. I feel like I kept my promise. But I feel like all the prayers, there isn't a moment in time that I haven't been blessed through this, that I haven't felt God through this, that I haven't felt His love and your love through this. My healing has absolutely amazed me, absolutely surprised me that I'm able to do what I'm able to do. It will be 3 weeks this coming Tuesday, and I'm just absolutely amazed at my recovery. But I have one reason, and only one, the Lord Jesus.
Amen. Amen.
And would be, as you said, before we want to pray for Mom. There may be others. This is what it means for the people of God to come together and see what the Lord is going to do. It's not harem scarum, it's not without a plan, it's not that there's no organization or order, but it's that our order and our methodology comes under submission to what the Spirit is doing and saying. And that is what Acts is about. It's about the church, burgeoning church, saying, Lord, we don't know what we're supposed to do, so you show us. And that's my prayer for CFC this year, is that we say, Lord, we know what we've been, and we're so thankful for our hearings, but what is it you want us to be now? What is it you're doing in us and through us? And I think this is a good part. So I want those of you that will gather around Abby, and Abby, you're standing in for his mom for sure. We're going to pray together. There may be others that will not only pray together here about Cheryl, but also there may be other needs. Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray right now, as Miss Abby stands in for Cheryl, I'm asking you, Father, in the name of Jesus, because this is what you told us to do. I'm asking you to touch Cheryl and bring healing to her, Father. I'm asking you right now, Father, that as we lay our hands and we agree in faith together, Lord, as Abby stands here, that Lord, right now, Cheryl will feel your power and your presence. And these struggles and things that she's been facing and going through, and these physical obstacles, Lord, that have literally turned her world and her life upside down, I'm asking you, Father, to bring healing. I'm asking you to bring total resolution, and I'm asking you, Lord, to just put peace over her heart and mind. Everywhere that anxiety and stress because of the pain and the discomfort, Lord, everywhere that it's coming in, I pray, Lord, that you would banish it, and that there would be a peace that rests upon her like she hasn't experienced in a long, long time. And Lord, I just continue to ask and pray your blessing over her. God, even as she's retired from teaching and as she's looking for those things that you want her to do, Lord, I pray that you would just let those things become so obvious and so apparent. Those giftings that have long been inside of her and have been used over and over throughout her life, Lord, that this season would be a season of seeing extraordinary things that she may never in her mind even imagine. Lord, I pray that you would do those things, and I ask your blessing over her family. And Lord, we just believe you for this morning in Jesus' name. We declare it so in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Jesus, 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 Jesus. We look above the situation of the diagnosis and the disease and the uncertainty. We look above it and we see you standing. Lord, we see you standing. Lord, we see you standing. We see you standing above us. Lord, we ask you, Father, right now, Father, in Jesus' name, we touch it. In Jesus' name. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was there anybody else?
Amen.
Anybody else? This is what it means for the body of Christ to come together. This is what it means right here. Is there anybody else? Come on. Baby's going to stand here for the woman who mentioned a moment ago. It's a desperate need, desperate situation. This woman literally, she needs the Lord to just divinely move and work in the situation. And words just aren't enough. Words aren't going to fix this thing. Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray for her right now. I pray for Pat. Lord, I pray, God, that your hand will be upon her. And Lord, I pray that the desperation that she feels, God, the sense of hopelessness that has just gripped her soul to the core, and God, the admissions that she was able to make, Lord, the honesty, the raw honesty is the very thing that is the open door for you to move in this situation. So, Lord, I thank you for the words that pray, God, that generational curses would be broken. I pray, God, that things that have gripped their family, and Lord, they've played out like a bad movie, generation after generation after generation, that this mom standing and saying, I've had enough of that, I'm done with it, in the name of Jesus, that it would be broken right now, God. I pray that addictions would be broken. I pray, God, that the things that have gripped and have just rooted themselves so deeply that, God, it's become easier to be in dysfunction. I pray, Lord, that the light, your light would shine on them and on her and on the family. And God, I pray that you would do everything that only you can do, God, but that you would give them the courage, just as Stephen, to stand in obedience and do what they can do. And I pray your blessing over the children and the grandchildren. Lord, they're blessed and highly favored of you. Those gifts and things that you've put into their lives, God, that we've watched unfold, God, in many cases since they were babies, God, I'm asking you, Lord, the enemy can't have those gifts. The enemy can't take those lives and use those, Lord, they're yours for a purpose divinely. So, Lord, I ask you, Father, that you would shield them from the things that are trying to creep in. And, Lord, that you would let those things that are just brewing and your gifts that are just stewing inside of them, Lord, I pray that, God, they would begin to flow out of them like a river. And I pray there would begin to be outlets for them to be able to serve and to use their giftings to do those things, Father. And I pray in the moments where they are most discouraged, Lord, when those children are the most discouraged, I pray, God, that they'll hear you sing over them. I pray that they'll hear you singing over them, God, and that will be the thing that keeps them through the night. That will be the thing that keeps them through the hardship and the difficulty. That will be what gives them the ability to look at the sky and see you above it all, Father. And Lord, I ask you for it right now. We extend our hands, God, to those that you're calling us to be an answer to. You're calling us to be the miracle. Lord, I pray that you would help us to be faithful. I pray that you'd help us to be willing. God, sometimes it's just simply opening our mouth in faith and declaring what you're saying in the heavenlies. God, give us the courage and the willingness to do that. Sometimes it's going to cost us money. Sometimes it's going to cost us time. But Lord, whatever the cost, it's minuscule, it's minor compared to the eternal weight of what's in the balance. But so Lord, help us to be willing. Help us, oh God, not to take shortcuts. Help us not to somehow look to our own comfort rather than to be obedient and say yes to you. And in this place, all over this place, as we gather as your people, God, it's not simply one person calling out to you. It's not one person generating a prayer. It's all of us as your people saying, Lord, we want, as a fellowship, we want to be what you want us to be. We want you to recreate and make us in your image. Lord, we want, God, our leadership to be inspired and anointed. We want you to sit alongside us, workers and helpers and folks, Lord, that have the same mindset and kingdom agenda. Lord, we want to see you moving and working. And we don't want to predict it and plan it. We don't want to somehow box you in, God. We want you to be bigger than our boxes and bigger even than our understandings.
Yes.
We want to understand and embrace the sense of awe and wonder that we should have, but also a sense of the danger of what it is to step into your will and know that, Lord, it's dangerous in that it makes us uncomfortable, but we're in a place that we are being kept in the palm of your hand. And whatever it costs us, wherever it sends us, wherever it leads us, Lord, it may put us in a jam sometimes, but Lord, you're standing with us in that jam. So Lord, I pray that you would give us that kind of courage. May we not just be a people who talk the talk, but Lord, may we be a people who walk the walk. And I pray it will not be through our own mouths that we have to say who we are, but Lord, through our actions, people will know that we have in fact been with you. Lord, that we've been with you, and I thank you for that and praise you for that, Father. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Is there anybody else? Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lay your hands on Ron. Father, in the name of Jesus, Ron stands here in this moment asking you for your touch. And Lord, whatever this problem is, God, going on with his eyes, I'm asking you right now for a complete healing. You are the great physician, and I ask you right now, Lord, to touch him. I pray, God, that you would just bring healing right now in the name of Jesus. And every anxiety and worry about this thing will be taken away because you've got it under control. Father, I ask you right now, Lord, to touch him divinely in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus, in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. Lord, I pray that you would bless his coming in and his going out. God, I pray that you would send his way opportunities and also things that, Lord, he didn't even see coming, Lord. And I pray, God, that in those moments, you'll let there be such a resonation in his spirit. Let it resonate with him. That these are things you've sent his way. And it's going to seem bigger than him, and it's going to handle it or do it, but Lord, in that moment, he's going to be reminded of this moment where you said to him that you're with him and that you'll walk with him in it and through it. And it'll be masterful and it'll be skillful and there'll be so much wisdom that flows through him that, Lord, he'll find himself making decisions that are bigger than him, and he'll know that in fact you're the one that has guided this step. Father, I ask you to do that now in the name of Jesus. Lord, I believe you're doing that right now, Father, in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name, Lord, I pray your blessing, God, over the young people and young adults in this church. I pray that you would continue to reveal yourself, Lord, over children's church. Lord, that from an early age, our young people and children, when youth would hear your voice and the voices of others, Lord, they would not hearken to. Lord, I ask you right now, God, let us be a people of your word, standing in truth. But let us not somehow totter and teeter on the edge of feeling as though we got to get it. Lord, let us be willing to adventure ourselves and see you move in extraordinary ways. Father, I thank you. Hallelujah.